Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webcast from First Enquiry to Lasting Loyalty, the connected journey with Elite Parks. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. My name is Cam. I'm the Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Elite Dynamics. We will shortly be joined by Lisa Alexander, our Product Manager. It's had a bit of a technical issue, so she hopefully will be joining us very shortly. And in the background, making sure that everything is running to time and keeping us right this morning is Edwin, who has got a new job title, which I can't remember for the moment. So, first of all, congratulations on your new job, Edwin, and thank you for being here to support us. Today, we're going to be taking a little look through of what that full connected journey, often in these webcasts, what we tend to look at as an isolated part of your Elite solution. So, we are going to look today from start to finish, just over the top, and look at how we can connect that journey. From end to end. Couple of bits of housekeeping before we get into it today. You will notice at the top of your Teams screen, you do have the Q&A function up there at the top. So if you do have any questions that you want to submit throughout, please feel free to drop them into there throughout the webcast, and we're sure to make sure that we ask Lisa those questions at the end there as well. You've also got the option of joining us live to ask your question directly to Lisa if you want to, but please just bear in mind that the webcast is being recorded, and if you do join on live, you mic and camera, you're consenting to them being recorded as well. I do believe I can see Lisa somewhere. Is she here? She's joined, but she's not live. Perfect. So just to give you a rough
I'm
idea.
back.
Oh, are you there?
Yes, I'm back. Apologies
Morning.
about that. Don't know what was going on.
So Lisa is here. She's gonna be guiding us through that journey and answering all of your questions at the end. So Lisa, just to catch you up to speed there. I don't know when you joined, but we were just running through that we're going to be going through the sort of full connected journey today rather than looking at it in isolation. What are you hoping to be able to show the guys that have joined us on the call this morning?
Yeah, so I mean, we've taken an example of a journey, really, but what I'd like to show everybody is how your customers and your team out on the ground can actually be fully connected with no one having to do really that much at all. How you can kind of keep that full circle, keep that cog turning, without any intervention, and it's just working as seamlessly as possible. That's what I'm hoping that people get out of today.
Ideal. We are going to be touching on a few different areas of the solution. So I think we're starting out in the plug and play booking engine, and we're going to finish at the end of your customer's journey, I guess, with you with that upgrade to start then bringing them back in. I'm sure there are going to be lots and lots of questions you can have because we're touching on so many different areas throughout. So as I said, please submit those through, and we're sure to get those at the end. But for just now, we're going to dive into it and we're going to see what that full connected journey looks like. Here we go.
Thanks for joining. Today isn't about showcasing you a collection of modules. It's about showing you how Elite works as one connected platform, taking your customer from that very first inquiry right through to becoming a loyal, returning guest without your team having to stitch everything together manually. At Elite, we've designed every part of the solution to connect. So your booking, your app, your requests, and your operations all flow together in one joined up journey. It's flexible enough to automate end to end, but still gives you the control to stay hands-on where it matters most. So it's your journey and your way. That's the difference. What I'm going to show you today is a single connected flow. We're going to create a booking or a deal through our plug and play booking engine, which will automatically trigger engagement in My Elite and will create an account for us, giving the customers the ability to self-serve and raise requests, as well as you being able to communicate to your customers, which will then instantly become an operational job in Elite Apps, and that request will be pushed out to your team via Elite Apps without anybody having to do anything. No rekeying, no chasing, and no breaks in the journey. So we're starting here with our plug and play booking engines, all completely configurable within your EliteParks solution. On the left-hand side, we have a holiday booking. that's being made, and on the right hand side we have a contract that's been made for our marinas. Now you can see all of the information here down to the images, and the content is all completely configurable within Elite, and the same as your map, you're able to select that detail from your map. Their customer will then go through and add their details for either their contract or their booking. They're then able to opt in all their contact preferences as they would through a normal booking website. And they're able to then give you all of their details. So you can see on the left hand side we're still following through a little bit more because there's some more information required. And then we're through to our secure payments using secure payment gateways. All done completely without the need of human interaction from yourselves. And then you'll see also there on the right hand side that that contract is now within the system with marked as deposit. So whether that's a berth deposit or whether that's even a pitch, you're then able to link that to My Elite, like we were talking about, and get them to start communicating with you. And also the other way around, you're able to then start communicating with them with their marketing pieces. So plug and play is a really powerful start to your customer's journey. You may not even use the plug and play, that you may already have your booking engine on your website, but it just shows you that you can set the system that as soon as that booking or that contract is confirmed, you can automatically register them to My Elite, to the customer facing app, and then you're then able to start that journey to begin the cycle. So now we have our booking that has been made completely automated. Our customer has either received confirmation via our CRM journey, or they have automatically been registered to our My Elite app, which you can see in front of me just now. You can see here that we have different types of customers. So as soon as you have that person confirmed, or indeed if it's a contract they're midway through, you can configure the system to register them automatically, and they will receive an invitation to download and create their login for the app. If I just log into a couple of our owners at the moment, so we'll look at owners first of all, you can see here that we also have a marketing section. So this allows you, all again directly set within EliteParks and Elite Marinas, to start engaging with your customers and your owners and your guests. You can really start building up that journey. And if I then head into my marina contact, for example, just to show you the difference, not only is the branding different because it's a different type of customer, but the information they're receiving is different also. All of that is within your control within the Elite solution. You don't have to have a consultant set this up for you, a web developer. Everything there is within your control, and setup is within less than 5 minutes it takes you to set these up. Okay. You also have your bookings for your holiday guests and your memberships and events and activities in exactly the same way. So you can see that a holiday booking sees different information. Now you can set that up per park, per marina, per location, and per customer type. So you really do have a lot of control and power with that. So you're already starting to build that relationship. Now, what I do want to show you, however, is that ability for your customer to make a request, and that request to come into Elite, automatically be handled and pushed out to your ops team. So that's what we're going to look at the moment. Okay. Now I need to just actually head into my owner. So we'll go to our holiday park owner for this example. And if I navigate down to the help section, point to mention here, all of the tiles that you see in front of you, again, completely configurable to your own branding requirements, completely configurable to what you want them to say. But now we can use our request function, which again is standard Elite functionality. So you have this available within your solution to start using today and utilize. What we have here, again, are completely configured by ourselves. So these are some examples that we have. And I'm going to select today our pressure wash decking. I can add a description. And I can add a photo if I want to. So maybe I have a broken window, or maybe I have a particular thing that I need collected. So the choices are endless with your requests. You can really configure the system to be what you need it to be. And I'm going to submit that request just now. Successful. This request is now within Elite. And depending on the setup I have will be dependent on what happens now. I have the system configured that this will automatically create a maintenance job. These can create leads, services, safety tests. You can have the choice here. So if I just head into my jobs, you can see there I have my pressure wash decking for Saturday, please, just to show you that that has been created straight away with my maintenance job number. So that is all within Elite ready for me, for my team to then pick up and carry on. Okay, so our customer or our guest has now made their request. We know it's now sitting within Elite. So I do want to show you the two areas that you can then find these. Again, all completely within standard. So you see we have our request here. It's in a state of created. Now, if I didn't have it to be automatically creating a maintenance job, we can actually use this to control what we do with these requests. So if I checked the next one down that's pending, I'd like a callback. The source has been the My Elite app. You can see who's created this, when, and the time. We can add internal comments, and you can manage them from here. So from here, you can resolve, or your team can then create a particular next step depending on your business process. So again, the idea here is that you can be as fully automated, or you step in when you need to and when you want to. So you really do have a lot of control with this. It's a great function, and I would really recommend having a look at using this. But because we have our system already configured that request should have created a maintenance job, I'm going to check our maintenance jobs now within the system. And there we go. We've created our job here. So our maintenance job is sitting here ready for me to begin the process of either sending that out to one of our team to go and complete that job manually, tell them, create their job sheet, create their list for the day. But what we can do is just go that step further, and we can actually configure the system to automatically assign a resource. We can do that. But what I'm going to do just now, just to show you, is I'm going to set myself as a resource. Now we can actually send that to EliteParks now, which is our app for your ops team out and about on the ground. You may have already seen EliteParks, but this is where that full circle really does come in, where you really are building that full journey and creating that strong relationship, because nobody's having to wait for everything. It's just working. The confidence is there that they know that this job is going to be completed for them. So what we can do now is go and have a look in EliteParks, and we can then see us progressing this job and finishing it through without anybody actually having to do anything at all. So the last part of our journey today starts within EliteParks. Now EliteParks is your team's app, your operational team out on the ground, whose primary focus is just completing these tasks and letting you know that the job is done, or maybe letting you know that something else has to be completed. So that's what EliteParks is for. You can see site tasks, safety tests, maintenance jobs, services, your housekeeping, meter reads, and inspections are all within EliteParks, so all ready for you to configure and all ready for you to complete this cycle that you've seen today. What we're using is maintenance jobs. So if I head into my maintenance jobs, you can see the resource that I set was demo earlier, and that's me. But I can also configure these to be team actions, where your team, so maybe you just have maintenance team, they can actually come into here and assign the tasks from here, almost like a pool of jobs to action. So again, you've got some choice there on how you handle and to suit your own business process. If I head into my all, and if I just scroll down, you can see there's my pressure wash decking, and it is in progress because we haven't done anything. It's ready to go. It's been assigned to me. It's a low priority, but if it was high priority, we could also set that up within your request. That can also be done. Now, all I need to do as a maintenance person is I can start my time log. to let you know how long I've spent completing this job. I can also pause it if I want to go for my lunch or I need to go somewhere else. I can pause it and then restart when I'm back. If you don't want to use a time log, you do also have the comments that you can use. So we can assign a comment instead. And we can upload a photograph of that also. So we can take a photo of my screen just now, just to show you. Save that as information, and either way, this information is coming straight back into Elite, your Elite solution. You don't need to worry about picking that up from a clipboard, from making sure you speak to the maintenance team at the end of the day. This information comes straight back in, it syncs back in. So I can pause when I'm done, or I can leave a comment, and all I need to do is complete my job. If I notice while I'm there that maybe there is something else that needs done, you also have requests within Elite Apps. So here we have really tried to think of full circle here. We have really tried to ensure that what your customers use, your team can use also, ensuring that we've got that seamless flow all the way through. Again, this can be as automated or as manual as you want that to be. So what I can do here is I have requests. You can see I only have 2 requests available to me. Request a housekeeping team member and I need a maintenance team member. I can assign different request types to different areas. So my maintenance team may only see 2. My service team may see more. My customers may have more, or they can be the same. So totally up to yourself. We can say that the grass needs cut, and I can take a photo, save that, and depending on my system setup, this will now come straight back into my Elite solution, either automatically create a maintenance job, or will sit in that Elite requests ready to action, ready for your team to action. I've completed my job, my status is now marked as complete, and if I head back into our Elite solution, you will see that that job is now marked as complete. Now, the final offering I want to show you today is actually how AI can be used to improve your customer journeys and improve the experience of your guests, and how you can get this information out to them without you really having to do anything except push out the campaign. So what we have here is the booking matrix, and we're going to concentrate on an upgrade campaign. But remember, we do have the same offering for extra nights, and we also have the same on the owner side for your birth contracts and your owners. We can upgrade those as well. So we can create our upgrade campaign, and I can do a from and to dates. So I'm going to do a year, and hopefully we'll have some data. And I'm going to search the whole park, but I can add a grade if I want to. So I can actually filter this down and create campaigns per grade. There is information on Elite Docs if you want to look at setting this up, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you do want to include this in your Elite offering. So what the system is doing now is checking our upgrade path, and it's going to generate a list of potential upgrades. So you can see we do have quite a few that we're able to pick up on. And you can see we've got our maximum upgrade value if everybody in the campaign took us up on our offer. All we need to do is create our campaign from here. And AI is generating a nice email for us to send out. Now at this point you have choices. This can be sent directly via email. You can also send this via CRM, and you can send this as a push notification through the My Elite app. So again, there is options to suit your chosen journey for your customers. Now, I'm quite happy with what I've got here, but just to show you, I can regenerate everything. I can regenerate just the subject if I felt like it wasn't quite right, or I can regenerate just the body of the email as well, or both together. You can keep going until you're satisfied with what you have, and I can also add extras if I want to. So I can also personalize this email, but the majority of the work has been done for me. Once I'm happy, I can then start creating the campaign. and I can view this in full screen so you can see exactly what you're sending out. Now we can set out interactions, so you've always maybe got a logo, or maybe you would like to add a paragraph to this. You can again do that. So every single interaction you send out to your guests or your customers has the same information. It then includes the AI generated information, and again we've got a footer on there. So we can close that and get ready to send. So we've now created our interactions, and if I head to our My Elite setup, just to show you that you're able to do this, you'll see I have a pending notification here, which is the notification that I've just created to upgrade. And I can actually manage that. I can actually send that manually just now. That, however, does work on job queue, but just to show you that full circle, and we'll just take a look at what that looks like in the app. Now, you can also do that via CRM. This is just one particular way that we're taking this, but you do have the option to do that also. Here that we have our offer that's come through to our phone, and we're able to select and check what the notification is. This is actually offering us a targeted offer for a marina, but we can select and pay for that straight away via the app. Again, nobody has to speak to this customer. That offer has been sent out directly to them. They're able to then make that payment straight through the app without, again, anybody having to take that payment. It's all done automatically for them. And it's been successful, and that information will now be visible to the customer if they look down at their booking. So you can see here that they have their booking there, and it will also be available in Elite Parks or Elite Marinas.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Very, very informative. Thank you. If you do have any questions, don't forget you can pop them into that Q&A section. I do just want to go right back to the very, very beginning where we're looking at the plug and play side, particularly on the contract side, so contracts and deals, and what kind of deals and contracts we could actually push through on that.
So it can be anything that you need it to be. Basically, you have the choice of whether what contracts you set up. What I would say is it only takes it to the point of deposit.
Okay.
So if you pay the deposit, and that pending contract or deal will be in Elite ready for the team to pick up on that journey. But what you can do with the app also, which is quite nice feature, is that you can actually start communicating with that person even before they're even a customer, before they're an owner. So you can choose what information they see. They're able to then upload documentation to you through the app rather than you having to pick up that process.
So as part of that sales process, they can be uploading that support and documentation through to...
Yeah, and then you could market to them. You could be sending them targeted offers. You could be using that little bit at the end where you've got that push notification that you can send out to them, just encouraging them to make that kind of final.
Not quite buying a physical unit or a boat.
No, more for sort of pitch reservation or berth reservation. I would say that's probably what it's for.
So that's longer term, like storage customers, perhaps seasonal touring, dry stack for the marina side, or just the berth side slightly different over on that side of the marinas. Great. I think there was a couple of things that we didn't show, and obviously we showed that as if there's no sort of human interaction involved. Obviously we can drop in and out as we want, but there's a couple of elements to that as well. So what we're seeing a lot just now is acquisitions of parks and marinas. Everyone's buying up all around the place, it looks like at the minute. So if you're looking to buy an extra site perhaps, but actually what you want to do is not have it so labor intensive. You don't want loads and loads of staff that you've got to roll into make that. Maybe you've got a remote site where actually they didn't have staff before, but you still want to keep the processes and procedures you've got on your other parks or marinas to actually be present. So you've got self check-in through the app as well. ANPR, barrier access, so you can make all that secure, and all of that's going to link all back through that same customer journey. So as you said, as automated as you want, or insert yourself or your team, whatever you feel most ready. I think looking at the reduction of the overheads, particularly, I think the example that you showed, we were looking at was a housekeeping request that you showed after someone's checked in. Is that where we went with that? If it's not, that's what I want to talk about anyway.
But that's okay. But we can go there. You're driving me in that direction, so let's go there.
Perfect. But you've got those instances where you want to shut your reception as soon as everyone's sort of checked in, and you know that what happens is they'll get to their accommodation or their berth, and then they'll be like, oh well, I'm missing a spoon, or this is broken, and that's that. And now normally what are you going to do? You have to keep reception open for a couple of hours after check-in to allow for that to happen. But by using this tech stack, well, you don't. You can close your reception bang on 5 o'clock. Doors are locked if you wanted to. And actually through those requests and that automation, well, your housekeeping team can still be on site. Your out of hours people can then pick up those jobs and still be able to go and carry on that work without having to have someone in reception going, log the job and then it passed through, or have to phone them and make sure that they're out. So different ways that you can.
And I think that's where that team aspect on the app, on your team app for Elite apps for your team, like your workers, where that comes in, because it doesn't have to be one particular person. So that means it goes into that pot of the team, and whoever's on call, whoever's about, can always be looking at that, can always be picking it up. Can always be checking. It doesn't have to just be one person. That's why we've made like the choices there. And while you're talking about that, I do want to mention, we do actually have one particular customer at the moment who is doing exactly that. They do not have much interaction with their customers at all, from the point where they make that booking to the point where they check in, and they're even using the app we're building at the moment, where they'll take that security deposit all the way through the app. So they're actually not really interacting at all. It's all done remotely. So you can go as extreme as that.
Not interacting in person, but if you can keep up your digital interaction with them, they're maybe not going to feel like they are left to their own devices, as it were, unless that's what you want. Maybe you've got one of these sites that's hands off. They just want to go in and check in and chill, which would be marvelous. Lisa, you have got no questions, so you must have done a bloody good job.
I'll take that. We'll say that it's that.
Fantastic. If you do have any questions though, about anything that you've seen today or anything we've spoken about, and you want some more information, please reach out to your account managers. They'll be able to guide that conversation for you and see what will fit for your business. And as always, if you are looking for further information, you've got our website, and you've also got Elite Docs as well, which is full of resources and step-by-step guides on how to sort of implement that. I think it's particularly on that requests thing, it's sort of snuck in there, and it is so good. A way of making sure. And it's there.
It's standard. It's available. It's not something you have to pay for or add on. It's there. It's standard, free, so it's free.
It's free, so take advantage. Please go and make sure you can get that set up, and obviously the team are here to help you should you require any assistance on that too. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. We do appreciate you taking the time to do that. We'll make sure that you get a copy of this sent via your account managers in the next few days. But from myself, Lisa and Edwin, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.